Hello, today we are going to take a look at the Sure Response SR3 portable radio. Let's start by opening the box and looking at the contents. Inside you're going to find the user manual, the radio itself, battery, the belt clip, the antenna, and lastly the charging cup. And also a lanyard. So to assemble the radio, we'll start by attaching the antenna on top. Simply screws to the right. Then you want to make sure it's tight, but not overly tightened. And then for the battery, I would start, for the SR3, I would take the belt clip, if you're going to use a belt clip, and I would pinch from here and simply slide the belt clip on to the battery. And then at that point, take the radio, and there's these two clips here in the top of the battery that slip in to the back of the radio, and then it closes down, and then there's a battery locker here. You'll push this until it clicks. And now the radio is assembled and ready for use. We turn the knob on the top to the right, which allows it to turn on. After a few moments, it boots up and it will beep. And you can see that we are on channel 1. In order to change the volume, you'll want to turn the knob to the right for louder or to the left for softer. So for now, we'll just leave it right in the middle. Also, you have the ability to change the channel by simply hitting the up button, which will change it to channel 2, or down back to channel number 1. The other important things are, on the left side is the push to talk button. So when you want to be able to transmit a message, you will push this button in. You can see that the top lights up red, and that will indicate that you are transmitting. And as long as you're holding the button in and the light is red, everything you say will be transmitted to all of the channels, or all of the radios that are using that particular channel. When you release, you basically can then listen to anything that's taking place. So this radio does have a flashlight built into the top. In order to activate the flashlight, the push to talk button is at the top. The button just below it is the flashlight button. You'll press it quickly, and that will turn the light on. Press it again quickly, and it will turn the light off. One other function of this particular button, if you hold the button in for 3 seconds, it will then put the radio in what we call scan mode. That means it's going to listen to all of the channels that are programmed for this radio. In this case, there are 4 channels. If someone happens to transmit from another radio on any of the 4 channels, this radio will stop and allow you to listen and also communicate back. And if you don't key up your radio, or no one else says anything on that channel, it'll go back to the scan mode automatically. To take it out of scan mode, you will push that same top button of the 2 smaller buttons. You'll hold that in for 3 seconds, and it will turn the mode off. And whatever channel it happens to stop at is where it would be. Then at that point, you can simply select the channel that you want to change to, and now you're ready to use your push to talk button in order to communicate. If the radio is in scan mode, whatever the last channel was that you had selected will be what you transmit to if you push the push to talk button at any point within there. So that's the basic operation of the SR3 radio. One other thing that you may want to do with the SR3 is remove the battery or replace it with another one. So what the first step is turn the radio upside down, and there is the radio clip that you will push with your thumbnail and pop this loose. At that point, the battery is now free to slide out and to be disconnected. In order to put the battery back in, you just simply slide the 2 pins towards the top of the radio, hold it closed, and close the lock. One last thing, with the SR3 radio, you have the ability to charge the battery pack using the charging cup. There are slots here in the bottom of the radio that slide and match up with the connector inside of the radio charging cup. So this just simply slides into here like so, and when this is plugged in, the light will turn red while it's charging, and it will also turn green when the battery is fully recharged. We recommend that you charge the radio connected to the battery with the radio in the off position. One other handy thing here is, let's say you have some spare batteries. I'll just remove this battery as an example. If you have a spare battery, you do have the ability to take this battery and insert it directly into the charging cup, and that would allow it to recharge the battery without having the radio connected. And if you had a spare battery, you could connect that to your radio. So there we have it, the Sure Response SR3 radio.